This next idea for increasing your happiness is a bit of an odd one, but it's to get novelty and variety into your life. Because we're all creatures of habit, really, and the easy option is to take the same route to work, to buy your coffee in the same coffee shop or whatever. That's what we do. But actually, there is research that says that if you vary, even something as simple as your route to work, it's good for your brain. It stimulates your brain. You see different things. You might even meet different people as you take that different route to work. So it's good for you both in terms of enjoyment as you do it, but also some of the success that might come from that, because success is closely related to how many contacts we have. So the more people we meet, the better. So maybe when you go to the coffee machine at work, you should go to one on a different floor because you might get chatting to somebody different. Or maybe if there are 2 or 3 places where you can get your lunch in your office building, maybe you should vary where you have your lunch. So go to a different curry restaurant in the evening, walk your dog in a different route, and you'll meet different people, but you'll also stimulate your brain while you're doing that. So fight against this thing we have of becoming a creature of habit and get plenty of variation into your life if you can. And this might mean meeting up with different people or having different combinations of friends when you meet. So I have a group of people who we meet and compare notes every now and then, and there's about 15 people in this group. But what we do is we're very laid back about whether everyone can make it. We just have a date and come if you can. So usually only about 8 out of the 15 turn up, but it's a different combination every time, and that makes it feel completely different every time we meet. Now, you could really come out of your comfort zone and start doing things that you've never done before. So you could look on the list of local evening classes and you could just learn something new. And it might be a language or a skill, it could be art, music, whatever. You could take up a new sport. Years ago, I was in a sports centre and I heard this really odd metallic clanking noise, and I thought, what is that? And I went down the corridor to investigate. A lot of people wouldn't, but I had to know. And in the room round the corner, there were people fencing, and it was the clash of the swords that I could hear. And I stood and watched them fencing, and it was fascinating. And somebody said to me, have you ever tried it? And I said, well, no. And they said, do you want to have a go? And I went, all right then. And I tried it, and I loved it. And I was instantly hooked. And I've done quite a lot of fencing ever since, and it's fascinating, and I love it. So if you want to do a sport that you've never tried before, why not try fencing? But I'm not here to say do fencing. I'm here to say do a sport that you haven't tried before. Anything that you think looks interesting, just try it. Just wander around your sports centre and just see what other things are happening that you haven't tried before. If you haven't tried yoga or Pilates, maybe try that. Anything you haven't tried before, just broaden out your mind, and you'll probably broaden out the contacts as well, the people that you meet while you're doing it. And a final example of variety would be travel. And we all know that when we go to foreign countries, it broadens the mind. The first time I went to India, it totally blew my mind. And I had so many thoughts about how I live my life and is the way I live it sensible. Seeing all these other options, it was really mind-altering to go to India. But going to any foreign country, we get the stimulation of seeing things that are different. And even travel within your own country, you can get new ideas and meet new people. So my question to you is, what are you going to do in the coming weeks and months to get more variety into your life, into your daily routine, and into your total life?